everyone. Raj Gavrola. Welcome to Experiencing Intelligent Breakthroughs in Your Sports Performance and Life. This week, we're continuing with the 7 strategies of solving a performance gap. Strategy 4 was form a team. Strategy 5 is coaching. Do you know what that is? And of course, as a person who is an athlete, you're on a team, you have a coach, what you realize, and most of you know, depending upon the level you're at, that there are other expertise that are needed. Could be a lot of things. Who's on your team, your support system. And that's what those support services are through the coaching. So mine are human performance, life, organizational development, and breakthroughs. And so that's where my expertise is, just like where your specific sport coach's expertise is in whatever it is. Football, basketball, baseball, track, tennis, soccer, golf, volleyball, baseball, whatever it may be. But then you could have a strength and conditioning coach, you could have a nutrition coach. If that's something that you have that's of high value to you, you could have a coach like me, which is human performance coach, development and breakthroughs. And they all give you what? They give you tools. They give you ask the right questions, create the right environment for you to succeed. Make it interesting, competitive, fun, and enjoyable. And so that's what people come to me for. Now, sure, because I am also an athlete, I know quite a bit about sports in general, technique and stuff, but not to the level of your coach. That's not my expertise. However, my expertise is in the human performance and life breakthroughs, development and breakthroughs, so that what you're doing, whether it's increasing your mental stamina or decreasing your stress and anxiety, which obviously would happen with more mental stamina, then you would be more effective and efficient in what it is you did. And then when you did finish, like after practice or whatever, you wouldn't just be completely drained. You could actually go into whatever the next event of the day is, whether it's coming home and just spending time with family, or you're going to another event that evening, or you're going to class, whatever it may be, or you just coming home and you just want to relax in the evening, but you want to relax to where you're actually involved in what it is you're participating in and engaged in what you're doing, versus just being drained watching TV or doing whatever it is that you're doing. Right? It takes the load off of your brain. And that's what happens with mental fatigue, is the load is too much. And when you learn the mental performance tools, skills, then you can take that load off, because now you're creating new pathways. That will make you more effective and efficient. And you may still spend the same amount of time doing whatever you're doing, but you're just going to get more effective, more efficient, experience breakthroughs. And when you're done, you're going to have a better outlook to go into what it is that you need to go and do or want to do, whatever that next thing is after practice, after your match, your game, your meet, right? Your round of golf. That is important. So this week, my zone effect, and the zone effect is when you're making a performance breakthrough, doing something better, improving, everything's in slow motion, it feels effortless, and time's not a deterring factor. So the zone effect this week is someone reached to me after watching my videos and wanted me to be, well, first he asked me some questions, and as we talked and I looked at the questions, and then we talked after I had an opportunity to review them. And during our discussion, I could understand, because of the interpersonal skills and how this worked, that, wow, this is an amazing, he's in leadership, and, it's just really resonated with me. And I decided to, because he asked, and it felt, or, I knew that I could definitely help and mentor this person. He asked for me to mentor him, and I agreed, and I'm guiding him, and I'm looking forward to it. And this is a person who's in leadership, he's working, has a team. So that's something for me that's important. Now, of course, I don't have the bandwidth to do that with everyone, but it was just the way he approached me, and the interpersonal skills, the content, and all of that. It just made sense to do so. Now, the other thing I'd like to say about coaching is that coaching can be very specific. It can be just to support you, to be someone on retainer before an event, before practice, to just make sure that you've got the right mental outlook so that you can be effective and efficient. Or it could be that before practice, it could be that after practice, it could be that before a game, a meet, golf round, or after a game, meet, or golf round. And so just depending upon your situation can be very specific. It can be something to where we're working on a habit that you want corrected, and that's very specific. Or you want to add a skill, that's very specific. Or you want to do something a little more complex. Talk about your dreams and vision and what the goals would be. And so that process would happen. And of course, that would take more time, but it would also, because of my expertise, I would know how to put it into segments. And so coaching can be very specific, it can be very targeted on a specific situation. Or it can be something that's 5 to 10 sessions. Maybe you just don't really know what mental performance, human performance, and life coaching is. And you've heard of it, you've heard other athletes doing it, and because you don't know it and you've heard about it, you're just hesitant or not really sure if it's for you. I mean, I understand all that. And so, we could do something of that nature to determine, where you want to go with it, because you're going to be the one that's making the decision. You're going to be the one taking the coaching and creating a solution that's much greater. I'm one that's helping and supporting as you go along. Or it could be something that's 3 months. You can't always predict how much time it will be, or it could be a year, could be longer. I've had coaches for different things, some of them for just very specific duration. Some of them, one I've had for 4 years, and then some of them for 3 months. So just very specific. I know a peer of mine who's had a coach, who's had a client for 10 years. 10 years. There's even nutritional coaching. There's lots of types of coaching. So I'm really around the human performance and life coaching. Now, if there's something clinical, I refer that out. And I can still be the coach around the human performance and life aspects, but not around the clinical aspects of it, of your situation. situation. I hope you have a meaningful trigger. This evening I'm in a training session. It's going to be for an hour and a half. And I do a lot of continuing education and learning. I'm always applying to learning. It can be through speaking programs, it can be attending events, it can be reading a book, it can be taking a course. And tonight it just happens to be training. It can be in a practice session. And so obviously this training could easily be turned into a course. Now, to turn it into something more than that, that would take obviously more intelligent, hard work. You know, as an athlete, that's really what you're doing. You're doing intelligent, hard work to develop and experience breakthroughs. And as you do experience those breakthroughs, it's just like anything else. At the beginning, it might have been hard, it might have been challenging, it might have been difficult. But when you get the right tools, the right support services, the right support system, the right help, right? And you gain more clarity and you start to be able to use those tools to bring it out, because I always, in my coaching, have tools to where you don't need to call me anymore. You call me when there's something more complex or a different type of situation that you're not certain on the path or how to go forward with it. All right. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you have a meaningful trigger. If something here helped you or resonated with you, we can talk about your specific situation at 864-569-2315. Raj at rajgavrula.com is my email.